Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Virtual Woody Variety Show. My name is Woody, and I'm your host. Tonight, we have another set of fantastic guests. But first, let me talk just a little bit about the stream, what it is, and what we do. The Virtual Woody Variety Show is a live stream show right here on Twitch that engages in casual conversations about ideas, creativity, and emerging tech. I get to talk to brilliant and insightful guests, and afterwards, we play a unique in-show game show right here inside my Unreal Engine environment. For those of you who are new, we are recording live right now on Twitch. If you have a question, leave it in the chat, and we will get to it later before I force my guests into some interactive insanity. My guests tonight are Matt Milstead and Dave Koss, the creators of Mograph.com. They are multi-hyphenates who both work as Mograph artists but are also industry leaders, specifically in the world of motion graphics. Matt and Dave have done work for all kinds of brands and are also the two of the three leaders of Camp Mograph, which is a really fun retreat for 3D artists that gets people back out in nature. That was my first exposure to them. They are fantastic dudes, and they're always looking to push the envelope in the industry. And I've gotten to work with Matt a little bit on the side as well. So with that, everybody welcome in Matt and Dave. And it's great to have you guys here. Let me bring you on. All right, Matt and Dave, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Twitch on a Thursday.
Twitch on a Thursday.
Twitch on a Thursday.
That was my band name in high school.
Oh yeah, but that had to precede Twitch. So what was Twitch.com or .tv? So what was the Twitch all about in that situation?
Not getting enough sleep, pounding too many Red Bulls, so you get that Twitch, on a Thursday.
Lack of caffeine.
Right.
Yeah,
Too
Dave,
much caffeine.
I think you just hit one right before, didn't you?
Right.
Did you not? Getting a little bit of caffeine there.
Always. When am I not?
That's nice. That's nice. I'm caffeine intolerant. Completely. I cannot drink it. I will die. I have a panic attack. So,
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at your panic attack.
No, it's good. One of two things happens. I either have a panic attack or I go into some sort of Bradley Cooper in Limitless stage where I can talk 4 times as fast and see moving light beams.
See, that's what I'm always hoping for when I'm drinking caffeine. It doesn't always happen.
Oh, nice. What's your typical outcome then in that situation?
It's just to keep me level. That's all it is right now. It's just to keep me level.
Okay,
There's never enough.
Yeah, there's never enough.
You got to backfill all the. I don't know. I know at least you have kids, Matt. So
I do. Yes. So I'm constantly tired, all the time.
Yeah. That checks out for most people I know. So that works. Well, cool. It's great to have you guys on. I typically start out by trying to ask a little bit about how. This is the first time I think we've had. No, this is the second time I think we've had 2 guests. But typically we have a guest on, and I'm like, "Hey, man, how did you get started in what you do?" And it's we talk to people who are Mograph guys like yourself, but we've also talked to directors and game developers and stuff. So tell us more about Mograph, how you guys got started in the industry, and what led to how did we get to the present day?
That's a long story.
Yeah.
You could leave out the get to the present day part. What was your original attraction to the world of moving images?
So I think both Dave and I both have a background in video production. That's kind of what we both went to school for. I really gravitated towards editing, and then moved into After Effects, and wanted to make 3D text. So Dave and I worked at it was the worst studio you could ever hope to ever work for, where we would do local commercials, on a national scale, put to jingles, terrible jingles, and they would reuse the exact same jingle in other markets, so while you would hear, Freed's Furniture, you can afford your dreams, then in another state it would be Cincinnati Bank and Trust, you can afford your dreams. So it's like we would hear the same songs
Oh,
over
wow.
and over and over again. So the thing is, because we were creating lots of logo fly-ins and stuff like that, and just making donuts. You do the 3D at the beginning, 3D at the end, let the station fill out the rest. We do the initial commercial, but we were pumping out, gosh, hundreds of commercials, every year. And so we got really quick at it. Dave was the one who initially taught me 3D. I only knew 2D. He sat down with me for 2 days, and then I became a master after that.
And you're like, we should start a website about this.
Honestly, so
First day we met.
first day we met, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
I was
Okay.
interviewing for the job,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about how Andrew Kramer wasn't producing a lot of content anymore, and like we'd like to show off stuff like Nick Campbell does,
He still isn't.
and it still isn't, yeah. And
For those who don't know, Andrew Kramer is a very influential VFX artist who works in the After Effects space. The founder of Video Copilot, which is how I learned After Effects back in the day.
yeah.
A lot of people learn After Effects. So sorry.
So
Adding
no,
that
it's
in
okay.
because we got like all sorts of people. We got developers in here. We got all kinds of different folks.
So we were just chatting, during my interview, we're like, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to do some tutorials and stuff. So we started hanging out more once I actually got hired, going to lunch every day, and we're like, we should actually do this tutorial site. Dave, you focus on Cinema 4D because I don't know it that way well, and then I'll do After Effects,
Mm-hmm.
And so we came up with a name. It eventually changed, once we were able to buy the
Forward Mograph.com.
Yeah, before Mograph.com, we had a different site, and then we moved over to Mograph.com once we got that domain name. So yeah, and it's been a wild ride ever since. Speaking for Maxon, which has always been fun. Meeting a lot of people. We've somehow gotten into this niche of like we're the party planners for Mograph.
Party planners and the news anchors.
And the news anchors, yeah.
We do the events
Mograph.
and we report a lot.
So I mean, I don't know how the thing is I enjoy a good party, I guess that's how we just kind of got into it. We really like building a community. And that's what we have been about since the very beginning, is trying to build this community of, mographers, animators, designers, artists all around,
And I've got a background in production too.
Mhm.
So, we run these events and I'm using skills from my former life. So
Yeah. Actually, Dave, I remember that was like one of my first memories of you, like because I met you guys at Camp Mograph, which was brilliant, by the way.
Another event that we do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I remember, Dave, you were talking to me and you were like showing me like your Notion database for like everything you had set up, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the level. This is this is that good stuff. And you had like people's photos in there, and you had like like all the different times and stuff. I'm like, okay,
Shh, don't tell everyone that.
This dude's organized. Oh,
those were our flashcards, so that we knew what everyone looks like. Just be aware, if you put your picture out on the internet and you're coming to one of our events, we want to know what you look like.
Did I look like this? Did I look? I think. Wait, no. I remember. Like, I think you had a photo of my brother Dave. Like, I think you showed it to me, and it was like, I was like,
your brother.
I was like, that's
he was
not
on
me.
Your show.
That's so funny.
Or you did a video with him or something.
Yeah, he was in a video I did. I remember that. It was funny, and I was like, well, at least the whole like being anonymous on the internet thing is like kind of working.
Right.
I was so close. So close. But I loved doing the flashcards because I really want to try and know everybody's name. It's like a challenge for me to try to learn everybody's name before they come to camp. I never get them all perfectly, but I do tend to remember like 60% before they get there, which is good.
Yeah. Going through camp, seeing all those names, I memorize all the names, and then I forget the faces, and then when they tell me their first name, I immediately know what their last name is.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's something that you guys do that like I don't think anybody does as well as you guys, because like we were doing the research on you and on the Mograph podcast, your podcast, in preparation for this, and we were like, these guys have talked to a lot of people.
Too many people.
hundreds of people.
Yeah, I mean, what was our last episode on Monday? It was
362.
I think it was just you guys.
That was just us.
Yeah.
We've started doing that occasionally where it's just us and we're not interviewing anyone. It's nice because it gives us just a chance to riff off of each other, which we're pretty good at.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I thought about doing that myself, but then I have to like go make another avatar, and that sounds like a giant
That'd be
thing.
hilarious. You just click a button and then you switch to the other person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, totally could. And actually, I have like a tutorial series on my YouTube channel of me modeling another character just like mine, which is my wife. And
that's funny.
Like we've never we've never just taken the time to just line up the code with her character and just run one more iPhone into the computer doing the facial tracking.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just like one of those projects I worked on for too long, and then ADHD was like, let's do other things.
Right.
But yeah, no, you guys are excellent community managers and organizers. The Camp Mograph is like one of the few times I can remember like taking a nap on accident and waking up and being completely fine with that.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
There's been numerous times where people have said, oh yeah, I went and laid down in one of those hammocks and I fell asleep. Me at this last camp, I drove one of the golf carts over to the hammock district, as we were calling it, and I could still hear the fireside chat going on. So I just laid there, looked up at the stars, and listened to the fireside chat as we were going. It was awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know about Camp Mograph, let me fill everyone in. So Camp Mograph started as just an idea of, building community. It's another way to build community. Mark Cernosa, the other camp director, he was the big driving force behind Camp Mograph. It was kind of his baby, and we eventually ran with it and kind of became partners in Camp Mograph. But he was driving down the street with his wife or something one day, and he was looking at he lives in Vermont. Just it's beautiful there, and he was seeing these really big houses just on the coast, and he's like, it'd be cool to rent like a really big Airbnb and get a whole bunch of Mographers together to just chat and chill for the weekend, and then that led to, oh well, maybe we could all go camping together, or maybe we could rent out like a summer camp or something. How cool would that be? And then it's like, oh yeah, then we could also do like some workshops, and like, oh, we could bring in people to do fireside chats and stuff. And it just kind of like, we were just kind of riffing off of each other for a while, and then I wasn't expecting much to come of it, and he went and he found this summer camp in Vermont, and he's like, hey, we could do it. And so I was on board once I saw the camp, and I was like, okay, I can, I got to be able to sell it in order to get people to go and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I can sell this, and so my big part, one of my big jobs with Camp Mograph is helping to find sponsorships and stuff like that. And through all of the amazing connections that we have made in this industry through the podcast and through, the different meetups and through NABs and SIGGRAPHs and stuff, we were able to bring on some amazing sponsors, like Otoy and Maxon and Grayscale Gorilla. And we've been able, and Video Copilot, don't want to forget them.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you got to include them now after the
right
potential shade we
after calling him out for not pushing enough tutorials. Yeah. But like, we've had amazing sponsors be able to help, cover a lot of the costs in order to keep ticket prices down and stuff like that. So we basically offer, it is now a 4-day getaway where you're camping with other people in, summer camp style bunks, bunk beds and stuff like that. And being able to do like back to basics, hands-on workshops, or like businessy type workshops, teaching you how to run your business. And then every night we bring in like a professional, an industry professional to like talk shop and just like kind of inspire everyone. It's open forum style, so anyone can ask questions and stuff, and it's really, really fun. And it is a chance to unplug and get away from the computer, and it is just it's the highlight of my year, honestly.
And that's something that we really wanted to do with it, because whenever you go to a conference and you're hanging out and you're rushing to one presentation or another, and then maybe you go to the bar, maybe you do hang out with people at the bar or something, but it's loud, and maybe you get to connect with somebody for like 10 minutes. This is like the unconference part of that. It's the part in between, and it kind of started as well because when Mark was with us at Half Res, we had rented an Airbnb and we were just hanging out for I think we scheduled some extra days in Chicago just to chill with our friends, So
there's a little bit of that DNA
siren going
as well.
off right now.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, is there?
Oh, we should probably say up top, there's some real fun weather stuff going on in Texas where Matt and Dave are right now. If they get disconnected,
keep an eye out here.
Acts of God, it just happens. Alex Parker in the chat said, "Hi, Alex. I took a hammock nap at camp and it added 9 years to my life." I have a funny story about Alex. We were playing volleyball and I borrowed Alex's sunglasses.
Tell me you still have them.
So no, I don't still have them. So like Alex, female presenting person, I like at first like hands me the sunglasses and I'm like, wait a second, like I have a giant head, so like my head that you see here is like it's like this is proportional, like this is like a real. Like I'm completely modeled off of reference. Like this character totally got modeled off reference, and my head is giant. And like, and I'm like, I don't know about like, cause Alex, stop me now if you don't want me to share this story. But like, I was really scared because when I was a baby, I was like, my head's in like the 95th percentile of baby head sizes or something. Okay, and Alex just said it in the chat. Was born with 99th, and you told me that, Alex, when we were at camp, and I was like, oh, phew, and the sunglasses fit great. And then we did great, and we destroyed Alex's team of volleyball. It was awesome.
That's funny. I didn't know even people were playing volleyball. That's awesome.
Poor Woody's mom, you have no idea. She'll never let me forget about it. It's better left unsaid about that, the better.
Right.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that was cool. That
How are the storms, Dave?
It's pretty bleak right now. Y'all keep going.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Here.
I feel like Dave's just covering, and he's got like a active microwave situation going on. Yeah, that's the little beep we're hearing.
Yeah, it's really dark.
Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about the hopefully we can keep your mind off it until your mind really has to be on it. Hopefully it doesn't. Camp Mograph is like one of the few times where like I don't buy a lot of merch, like for the most part, and I'm like, give me one of those hats. Yeah. I need one of those hats. As you can see Dave sporting right now. Actually, I got a baseball hat, but it was like totally awesome. There was like yoga on the beach, all this stuff.
Yeah. And we brought Clinton Jones 2 years ago to our Portland one, and to do like a surface imperfection hands-on workshop. And Clinton has been a huge cheerleader for camp. If you've seen any of his like yearly, like once a year he does
render challenges.
Yeah, a big render challenge, and like basically the grand prize is a trip to Camp Mograph.
That's actually how I found out about this. Was like,
oh really?
I think it was I did one of them. I did like the second one, the one where everybody dogpiled on.
Right.
And one of the prizes was Camp Mograph. I was like, that sounds cool. I would just buy that. I would just buy my way in, and I did. This is how I get in there. It's actually very hard to get tickets to Camp Mograph. So like, as we talk about it,
we sell out in about a minute.
Yeah.
So the second year was our first year that we sold out, and I had put the I thought I had messed up really bad. Like I thought I had somehow messed up the Eventbrite, because I'm like, oh no, this stuff isn't loading. What's going on? And turns out, no, we had just sold out in a minute.
Everything.
I was thoroughly happy and pleased, because it being able to sell out an event like that, you get nervous about costs and stuff, but being able to sell out in a minute and then also have all the sponsorships, it's like we're able to provide an awesome experience for all the campers, and all your when you buy a ticket to camp, you get your room taken care. I mean, you're sleeping in a cabin with a bunch of people in. It's a little bit rustic, but you know, you also get food, all the meals. You know, we've got snacks, we've got drinks, we've got, you know, libations and alcohol and stuff. You know, and all the activities and everything, and it's all included in your ticket. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean that's a great pitch, but I don't feel like you really have to advertise anymore.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. and please don't, because I'm like hoping to be able to go back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's so many people in there.
I know it's tough because we make so many friends at camp, you know, and we've got this camp Discord and stuff like that, and it's like, if I want all those people to come next year, you know,
right?
And it's like I'm worried that some of them aren't.
We'll start like an alt prom for all the people who are just like a tad late on the refreshing their browser,
right?
You know? Yeah, like alt prom.
The secret is if you don't get in initially, keep refreshing, because what happens is someone will get messed up or something like that, and then that ticket gets held for like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something, and then it gets put back in. So if you keep refreshing, you may eventually get it. We had a few people do that.
Yeah, that's a good pro tip if anyone's looking to join in. Yeah, that's gosh, I can't even think about it anymore. Okay, let's talk about something else.
Sure.
the anxiety in my gut of like, oh no, all my friends. No, but yeah, I met like a lot of really cool people, which has like led to a lot of really cool situations. Like I remember I was up till like up till 3 a.m. like talking about like my life's woes with somebody. Like it was a good
place to talk about woes. Yeah,
it was moving stuff. Yeah, so I mean that's interesting. Do you guys feel like, you mentioned that you're turning into like the party planning committee for stuff? Is that a happy pigeonhole, or is that like I don't know, we're doing it?
It's fine, because you know, our whole goal always has been to build community, you know, to like bring people together, because especially now in this work from home environment and stuff like that, you know, it's really hard to connect with other people. You know, I've said lots of times that my house is kind of a prison right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've worked from home for like 7 years, 8 years, you know? So like, to me, being stuck in this room right here, you know, without being able to really talk to people or meet people and stuff, it's kind of a prison, you know? And so like being able to get out and go to these meetups and stuff like that, it's just, it brings me back to my desk and I feel refreshed, you know?
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking much, y'all.
It's okay. Storms. You're scared. I get it.
Yeah, Dave, if you need to check out,
rowdy outside.
If you need to check out at any time, you're good.
Yeah, you may see me step away. I probably have to make sure everybody's good downstairs.
We will understand that it was, you know, it was something knocking on your door bigger than any one person.
Here's the thing: in Texas, the tornado alarms go off a lot. You know, they do, and most of the time you just sit there, you're okay. You know, but it's once it starts sounding like a freight train coming through your house, that's when you got to get to safety.
Yeah, you watch the velocity map.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though the sirens are going off, you watch the velocity map. But I'm getting reports from people who have already been through the storm that there's like trees on the ground and stuff like that. So I may walk away in a minute, you know, and then it's gonna hit Matt.
Then it's gonna hit me afterwards. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no, that's wild. I've been to that part of town before, and I luckily wasn't there during any tornadoes, but yeah. So I appreciate the fact that you guys did an episode that was just the two of you, because in preparation for this, I was like, oh, I'll see what they're talking about immediately. So I got to catch up specifically on what you guys are talking about with Unreal Engine, which every single time you guys talk about Unreal Engine on the podcast, I'm like sitting there just being like, oh.
Well, we'll have to have you on to talk Unreal Engine.
All right.
And we can have your digital avatar. That'd be fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
And we've said it on the show before. For me, Unreal is one of those things where I'm not sure if, I kind of dabbled with it or whatever. It's not like I don't know it at all, but like I'm not sure if it's worth it for me personally to pursue. That's kind of why I'm a little bit mediocre on the topic, you know.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. It was I think the best way to learn is to get a job that you do not know how to use the software, and then
Yeah.
you have to figure it out, you know, because I'm not doing a whole lot in it. I'm it once I figured out the workflow, that was really the biggest thing for me, was like, okay, realizing you don't model anything in Unreal Engine.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, you do
Doesn't do that.
everything in your DCC, which is for us is
Right.
Cinema 4D, and then you bring it in. Now, what once I learned, okay, you can update things, and Unreal's actually really good about updating stuff. You send it the exact same FBX, or you update the FBX, and you save it, and you just say reload it. That was really cool to me.
Yes.
So like being able to hop back and forth and make changes really easily was really cool.
Until you want like more animations, then it's like, I need to like
so
unclick the
for me,
skeleton.
I'm not doing any animations, you know,
okay.
not right now. Right now, I'm building out like environments and scenery and stuff like that. So for me, it's been really easy. I haven't had to worry too much about lighting, that much. I've got another guy that I'm working with on this project who's more of an Unreal person, you know. But it's been nice to be able to bring my expertise. I used to work at a company that did a lot of like interior design and, you know, a lot of scenery stuff, so I was able to bring that into it in order to help with this. But yeah, I don't hate it as much. I was in it all day Friday last week, I think. Just building out this scene, and as I found that I was actually really comfortable with it. You know, there are a lot of settings, I will say that.
Right.
And like little tiny things that it's like, okay, you want that extra 10%, you got to know all the settings. You know?
It's gonna take like running a command line inside the renderer setup specifically through Movie Render Queue, like all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of that stuff I don't end up touching too much for the most part. I'm actually looking to find more projects that like force me to dive into that, because like everything I'm doing with Unreal is real time, you know?
Yeah.
So, like everything I've got going on just like happens. It's just it's right now. So it's interesting for sure. Lately I've been making a lot of games in it, which I feel like is like what I would tell people for the most part who are looking to start. Like if you make a game in Unreal, you'll actually see like how it's used the way it's supposed to be used. Whereas like people who are coming to Unreal through Mograph, I feel like, you know, if you're like looking to compare it with Cinema or something like that, it's gonna be wonky and it's gonna be weird. Like, because I still use a different DCC and like bring all my stuff in, and I don't really want to ask it to do those things. I am a Blender user, which I know is like sort of a prevailing joke in.
Did you know Blender is free?
Yeah, there's the joke. There's the joke. Yeah. The I've been rocking it like almost 5 years now.
Have you seen the meme of the you know, the guy at the urinal, and like there's a whole row of urinals, and then someone walks up right next to the guy,
I know where this is going.
and then he whispers, "Do you know Blender is free?"
So, but that was a revelation for people who were like not necessarily wanting to experiment with spending.
100%. I started in Blender. That was my very first introduction to 3D. Was in Blender.
Oh, but what year was this?
It was when Blender didn't look as good. It was probably like 10, 12 years ago.
3.27 or the one that everyone talked. 2.8. Blender 2.8. 2.7.
No, that's the new one, isn't it?
Which is the one? Yeah, I remember everybody for a while was like, "Have you seen Blender 2.8?"
Yeah,
that was a thing for a while.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was like 10 years. So the user interface wasn't very great. You know, I didn't really know what I was doing.
I started on Specular Infinity.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. That's a new one for me.
A little bit further back. Very old one. 1994-ish, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like the oldest thing... I'm trying to think of the oldest thing I would have used. Yeah. No, it's... The point is that I'm trying to make. The with Unreal, like... It's a game engine. Like, what's great about it is the stuff that's great about a game engine. And then, like, once you... Like, when you use it that way, you're like, oh, okay, like, I know how to make a game in it. And then you're like, okay, if I know how to make a game in it, like, then you actually understand how to hack it into doing all the other stuff. You're like, okay, it's a game engine, but they added this little weird extra appendage here that'll let us do this render, or let us record mocap, or will let us do all these other things, which is actually one of the... If you if you haven't messed with the take recorder, like it's super fun. Like
Yeah.
there's some other people in this chat who do the same thing, but like the minute I want to like turn this live experience into something where I'm just like rolling on mocap and like turning something into an asset, like it's good to go. You can just
That's crazy.
fire it up.
Yeah. I did get into blueprints.
I did get into blueprints. Blueprints are my favorite.
Two things in blueprints, and I'll tell you, like coming from a C4D background, Espresso is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just about. You know. So
Yeah,
using
Blueprint.
blueprints. I mean, I was just doing something simple like cloning an instance like multiple times, you know, but still, it's like that was surprisingly easy. And I'll tell you something that Unreal has that Cinema 4D does not, and I want to talk to the guys over at Maxon at NAB about this, is the what is it? It's the instant random instance node or something that you can put into a material, you know.
Oh,
so
okay.
to change the randomness of the UV offset, you know, so you can use one material and it will randomly offset, you know, the X and Y values on an instance. And I was like, oh man,
I usually do that by hand.
I have to. Yeah, it's awful.
Right. So you're describing the process of using. It's not necessarily. It's interesting because like I think the material graph technically isn't blueprints. Like blueprints is like sort of the style of the thing. Like blueprint is technically the programming end, but it's just the material graph that
correct.
Does that
Yeah. So it's inside the material. Like you put the per instance offset or something, I think is what it's called, you know. And so I would just pipe those into the X and Y and the texture node or whatever. And then when I created that instance using blueprints, so it was basically, you know, making a linear chain of a whole bunch of like instances of it. When I put that down and put that material on it, it would randomly offset everything. And so you didn't have repeating textures or have to put one big texture over it. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, there's big stuff like that. Like one of the first projects I did a course that was like an exclusive course through Epic for a number of people that were like, it was kind of like in between some of their. I'm trying to explain it. It wasn't quite the Unreal Fellowship, which was very famous, but it was like very adjacent to that, and that was like it was eye-opening because we went through all that stuff. Like we had to do training and at the same time we had to finish a project by the end of the month. And I remember like realizing like figuring out like what kind of stuff I could do. And like I needed to make a crowd for a scene. So then like, you know, there's that world position offset part of the standard shader model.
That's cool.
So and like I grabbed a panner which would like automatically start scrolling through a texture. And then I just made, like, I just, like, dialed the UV way in. And this is dumb because it's kind of like dancing about architecture or whatever the expression is about, you know, talking about art or, like, talking about, like, a visual programming thing. But what I ended up doing through the material graph was, like, using a very tight UV and then moving all of these low poly crowd assets, like, in their world space just a little bit based on the shader that I made.
Yeah.
And it was eye-opening because I was like, oh, okay, like we can take this really far and it can still run in real time. And it's neat. It's just super cool. Yeah. So I applaud you guys partially because like you guys have been doing what you've been doing for a long time. So I think like even though like sometimes I'm like a little bit shaking my fist at the podcast where Matt's like, Unreal does like you guys you talk a little smack over there.
I shake my fist at everything I use. You should hear the way I talk about After Effects.
I hear how you talk about After Effects. I caught one episode where you were talking about upcharging people to like that need you to use After Effects, and I was like. And I had actually recently, in all disclosure, hired you to work in After Effects. So like, I was like, oh, okay. Because, like,
that
you know.
goes through like the 7 stages of grief with any project and program.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the, you know, have you seen the stages where it says, oh, this project sucks, or oh, I suck at this. Oh, this
could be okay.
This is okay. This looks awesome. Oh, I'm awesome. You know, it's that whole thing with every You know, honestly, like 3 weeks ago, I was like, why am I even doing this job? I should just leave. You know.
I had
hoping that a big client came in so that I could just quit.
Matt will be in something and excited about it, and then it doesn't work right, and then he gets pissed at the program, and then he realizes, maybe it might be something that he did and not the program.
Most of the time, it's something that I've done.
That happened today.
You have like Shakespearean levels of like highs and lows with it, I feel.
Right.
That's true. I feel like the recent episode, like I heard some Cinema 4D fist shaking as well. So so all things being equal, I suppose I'm less chagrined.
Right.
It is funny how people get really attached to their tools though, right? Like it's like people get really into like whatever it is they use, like they start like identifying it with it pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Like if I need Unreal, I will definitely get more into Unreal. But for me, I get frustrated trying to figure things out after too long, and I get and I don't like having to learn something if I don't have to. So for me, like I'm in cinema because it's easy to use, and I'm also like big on the ultra realism stuff. I like to be able to do ultra realism, and you can get close in Unreal, but like if you're really trying to tweak a beautiful shot, it's still Octane for me.
Dave, are you saying I don't look very realistic right now?
You look pretty good. Something about the eyes, though. I don't know.
This is, of course, a trap.
You have these dead eyes.
You know what's fun about the eyes I have? A lot of people, when they're building their Unreal Engine like live animation rigs or their VTuber rigs, whatever you want to call them, the the thing is that like it's a eye placement and like eye positioning is a whole thing. So like the thing about having like pitch black shiny shader eyes is that like I'm kind of always looking everywhere a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, or like you get the general idea of where I'm looking. Like I could be side eyeing someone. Like you kind of just don't know. It's like a Peanuts cartoon versus like, if I had like, full pupils and retina and all of that, I would have to like, I probably have a button on my Stream Deck that I could push and then it would look right at the camera or something.
Right.
There you go.
Or replace your eyes with those Steve Buscemi eyes.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much. Every year, me and my brother, we have, who apparently Dave thought I was, we have like a weird Christmas presents competition where we will try to like do the most insane wrapping paper job ever. I remember there was one year where I was giving him wrapping paper and I believe it was like just Steve Buscemi's eyes, like over the whole thing. Once I bought him a notebook and I wrapped it in his own guitar. It's a sort of an eccentric practice, if you will.
All right. That's funny.
So, Dave, you're saying, so what you just said was, like, I'll get Unreal if I need it. Are there any little, like, that's a good design philosophy, is, like, I'll get into what I need for the job I need. You're kind of saying that, too, Matt. You're saying that, like, the best way to get into a new program is to get a job where you need the new program. Do you guys have any other, like, truisms or, like, guiding philosophies or anything else in your mocap work?
I mean,
see what I did there? I just started, like, I was talking about Steve Buscemi's eyes, and then I just asked a really serious question afterwards.
Real good.
I brought it right back.
Yeah.
that's I don't know. That's the thing for me, is that I'm getting older, and I do like learning some new things. Don't get me wrong, but like there's not a lot of hours in the day, so you got to kind of choose what you want. I'm kind of under the mentality now, like if I get some sort of job that's like crazy hard Unreal stuff somehow out of the blue, I'll hire somebody to help me do it. You know, like I understand like what has to be done, and I can handle, complex productions and things like that and manage people. So I'd rather do that and have somebody who really knew what they were doing do it than rather me trying to just figure it out as a noob.
Yeah, it's more the studio owner mentality versus the independent contractor mentality. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's funny. Like I mentioned earlier that we worked together, Matt.
There they are on mine.
Yeah.
What? Sirens?
Tornado alarms. Yeah. Oh no. Oh gosh. This would be like a really bizarre way to go out for you guys if you were like talking to this like animated internet dude. And
what? My old house has already been hit by a tornado. The odds of me getting hit by 2 in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's not very bad up where you're at anyway, so
No, it's not.
not as bad anyway.
In the words of the great Michael Scott, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
A little, yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a quality one. Okay. Yeah. So the studio owner mentality. Any other guiding principles or philosophies that you feel like you've carried on over the years?
In what way?
Oh, I just mean
What
like
way?
I don't know, like people have like their little sayings that kind of get them through it. Like one of mine is like that helps me a lot is thinking about when stuff's not for me. You know, like for a while I was like really judgy with the art I was making. Like if I was doing Mograph or I was doing anything really, I'd be like, anytime I would see a work that I wasn't really into, I'd be like, oh, I think this is bad, and it just wasn't my taste. And like something that helped me a lot was learning about something being not for me. Just a little truism, just like that little sentence, like it's not for me, or being like, I'll learn it when I need it. Like stuff like that has kind of helped me over the years. I was wondering if there's anything else that's like short and pithy like that. That's like you guys cling to.
I probably got a couple. Okay. One of my philosophies, which I have on a board here, which is when you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Which that's from Futurama, in the God episode where he was the god, where Bender was a god.
I was a god once. Yeah,
yes, you were doing great till everyone died.
We were doing great till everyone died.
And then the other one is the only way out is through, and I get that from a podcast I listen to called Back to Work. It's something Merlin Mann and
that's funny because I think he got that from Lost in Space.
Oh, I don't know. He's been saying
watch
it for
the old
many years.
Lost in Space with Matt LeBlanc.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's something that they say on the show because when you get piled up with work and super frustrated or stressed or whatever, you got to do it. It's not going to go away. You got to get it done. So the only way out is through. Just got to get through it. Put that stress behind you. You know, if you got a huge workload, rather than stress about what you got to do later, just do what you got to do then and say the only way out is through.
Yeah, advice is hard, right? Because most problems can be solved by directly doing what you already know how to do to the problem. You know, it's and like just doing things is not an interesting, like, podcasty thing to say. Like you just got to do it. You just got to do something. I always find that difficult. Like the things that always help me the most tend to be the most directly and like verbalizable.
And a saying that I take from the Three Stooges, which is if at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking until you do succeed.
Yeah. Sucking's just the first step to being great at something.
Jake the dog. Yeah.
Jake the dog.
Yeah.
I love that one. Oh my God. No, that's one of my favorites. That one's awesome. So you guys have interviewed a lot of people.
Many people.
Right. So like you've gotten to talk to, I'm pretty sure whoever you wanted to talk to at this point with Mograph.
We haven't had Andrew Kramer.
We've
been trying to get him on the dang show.
He said he would. We just haven't really worked it out. We haven't tried.
Yeah. It's because you're gonna razz him about not making enough After Effects content.
Yeah. Andrew Price, the Blender guru, totally blew us off. You know, he was too busy for us, which is fine.
He was scheduled.
Was he?
He was scheduled, and then he was like, "Oh, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to do it." It was early that he canceled, but we were like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Well, I guess he wasn't free.
Yeah.
My wife's begging me to come downstairs because the alarms are going off. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right.
The thing is, it was like that here.
This is not an important show compared to being alive.
Yeah.
The wind was bad, and then like the rain started.
It's barely even raining.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Who's someone you feel like through having on, like, that you've learned something that was helpful in your, like, specific situation? Like, was there anyone who came on and you're like, okay, because we talked to that guy, it really helped me with this?
Okay. So let me tell you a couple of my favorite episodes.
Okay.
And they have some of my favorite episodes have absolutely nothing to do with Mograph. You know? Okay. So one of my favorite episodes, we had Ty Christensen from Pixel Plow. We call him Mr. Plow. Okay. You know, that's his name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Mr. Plow.
We had him on, and he runs, Pixel Plow, the render farm. And it was amazing hearing him talk about how a render farm is done and stuff. It was really, really cool. Another one was what was her name from Leica.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was one of my favorite episodes, but I don't
All right,
remember.
I'm gonna
who
go
it was.
downstairs. I'll be right back.
All right, do your thing.
I'll tell you the story about Dead Mouse, because it's an interesting story, and
Did you guys have him on?
YOLOing. Oh yeah, a long time ago.
I knew you guys had worked with Dead Mouse, but I didn't know that you
Yeah.
had Dead Mouse on your show. That's fantastic.
That's actually how it happened. How we ended up working for him a little bit is because we asked him to be on the show. So I always wanted to give this person credit, but somebody on YouTube was like, "Hey, do you know that Dead Mouse is watching one of your tutorials at 10 hours and 52 minutes into his stream yesterday?" Because he would stream like everything. He had cameras all over. And then he said, or he was watching some of the tutorials I had done on like early Octane. I think I was doing a pyro fire tutorial on how to make it work because it was new at the time to Octane. It was like beta version of Octane 3 or something. So like I'm showing how it would work, and then I was showing something else. I think it had to do with lights or something, and I was joking around about like techno, going tss, 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 and like he was like laughing at me being goofy, like in the corner of the screen or whatever.
Right. Well, of course, somebody you'd be closer to that joke than anyone.
Yeah. And so he, we got that message, and he had been watching it and whatever, and so we took a screenshot of it and we
Talking
put it
about
on
Dead Mouse.
Twitter. Yeah, we said,
yeah.
This made our day or whatever. And
it's a good day when Dead Mouse is watching your tutorials. That's what it's
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like this made our day, and so he like added us back and was like, we were like, hey, if you ever want to be on the show sometime, that would be fun. And he was like, absolutely. And we're like, oh my god, he said yes.
Yeah. And then one thing led to another, and we ended up, did you mention this? I'm not sure. We ended up.
No, that was it. Like at the end of the show, we were talking to him. He's like, you guys do work too, right? You don't do just the interviews, you do actual 3D work. And we're like, yeah. And he's like, I got this idea. You guys come down, we'll have this jam, and we'll all hang out at my house and make stuff and the whole thing. So we flew out there. We've done it twice.
Yeah.
Fly out there, hang out with him for a few days at his house, like stay at his house.
That's make cool. Concert visuals for like 3 or 4 days straight from like 10 a.m. in the morning all until day. Like 3 a.m. at night.
In his basement
That's
with
wild.
all his computers.
It was so fun, yeah.
Check out his studio, go four-wheeling.
Excuse me, gents.
Animals.
Just a brief bit of Twitch housekeeping. Prismatica Dev. Hey, Charles. How's it going? Thanks for bringing in your community. Thanks for the raid. We're doing an interview today. I'm talking with the guys from Mograph.com. Former interviewee Charles from Prismatica is here, a.k.a. Charlie, a.k.a. funny Australian guy. I made that up now. I think it suits him well. But yeah, no, we're so I'm talking today with Matt and Dave of the of Mograph.com and Camp Mograph, who have been working in the motion graphics, visual effects industry for a real long time. So they were just telling an amazing story about working with Dead Mouse. We just had a lot of raiders come in. Welcome, raiders, and I hope y'all were having a good time. Sometimes I ask about what the person was streaming, but I think knowing Charles, it was probably some game dev. But yeah, welcome everybody. We are really close to the end of our conversation here. If you have any questions for these guys, for Matt and Dave, anything you want to know about Mograph stuff, they can handle. We'll get to that real soon, and then we'll be playing a game of interactive trivia, where you, as the chat, will be just as much a contender as both of my fine two guests here. So. Stay tuned. That's coming up. Sorry, guys. Did not mean to cut you off with Twitch. Sometimes people come in with a big group of people, and it's,
I literally just left because it was probably a tornado in my area. We're good. Don't worry. No apologies needed.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that's like that's health and wellness. Like I was listening to your podcast, and I think Dave was talking about there was one time he was working with a client. and he was in the hospital, and then and they were asking when you were going to get something done, and you were like, I'm in the hospital, and they're like, yeah, but like, when do you think you could get that done? And it's like, it's insane. So like, if you're having a tornado and it seems like it's about to get serious, like, we're doing a silly Twitch interview stream. The stakes are much lower here than in real life.
I think we're doing okay. It's past me, almost past me now.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. What do you guys have coming up that you're excited about? I know about some of the secret stuff.
I'll talk about it. Dave doesn't want me to, but I'll talk about it. You know,
well,
I won't
have to talk.
I won't show it all off.
For the record, I'm not pressuring anything.
This is another one of those examples of like, you know, different things you do. I'm not a big promote before it's ready kind of guy.
I am like, get people pumped about it. That way, you know. So the thing is, we have been, you know, we've been doing Mograph.com for a while, you know, and really we've been building a community and stuff like that. We've got quite a few listeners to our weekly podcast, and we built a big Slack group and Discord. And it's like, okay, we want to expand upon that, and, you know, and expand the Mograph brand. So, you know, it was quite a few years ago. I was thinking, what is it that every Mographer needs? You know, they need to be able to find meetup groups, you know, find events. They need to be able to communicate with other Mographers, you know, create a community. They need to sell their digital goods, you know, they need to be able to buy plugins and software. And I was like, and so I put this all together, and I was like, you know, we could create a site that does all of that. So here in the next few months, we're going to be launching the new Mograph.com, you know, which will be kind of a social site for artists to be able to meet up and show off your work and post jobs and sell your digital goods and find meetup groups and find events. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited for it. So this has been kind of on the back burner in development for the past 5 years. You know, it wasn't until, you know, we got a really good sponsorship from Otoy and the team over at Render, you know, to really they sponsored the website over the past year, and we've been able to take that money and put it into development for the site. And we're really excited to release it here in the next few months. Yeah. So it's gonna be
that's big.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope people enjoy it, and I hope people like it. And for me, it's like, if we can get people getting on there and starting user groups and meetup groups in local places, like, it makes it really easy to, basically, I built the website that I wanted, you know, that I want to use every day to, like, be able to find meetup groups and find events and, you know, talk to other people and show off my work and post jobs and find jobs and stuff. Because it sucked going, like, to LinkedIn and then to Gumroad and then to Facebook and to Instagram and all this other stuff. And it's like, it's all convoluted in so many places. Let's just put it in one place, you know? So.
Oh, you don't like Craigslist? What?
Oh my gosh.
I'm
jobs
kidding.
off of Craigslist were the worst.
Oh gosh.
The worst back in the day.
Everything about Craigslist. The only good experiences I've had there was, as a kid, I would go buy analog cameras from people.
Right.
Yeah, like, usually, like, sometimes a parent would go with me. Sometimes I'd, like, meet up with them at a McDonald's.
I would hope that a parent would go with you.
Yeah, I mean, it was like sort of like it was sort of on the cusp there. You know, it was like something I was doing when I was like 17, 18, 19, stuff like that. And like one time I like met up in a church parking lot with somebody. And like one time and sometimes you get like sometimes you get a buddy. You guys got to have a plan with Craigslist.
Right.
Meet at Starbucks or something. I sold a camera on there.
Yeah.
You also sold your Beeple NFT at a Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
That's true. That's where the transaction went down, of all places.
I'm imagining that as like some sort of like Mos Eisley, like, sort of cantina high stakes situation. But
what's funny is, of all people in the entire world that could have wanted to buy my Beeple piece, it was a guy who could meet me at the corner Starbucks.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah. Oh
it's
gosh,
insane.
wow.
Yeah, the guy who bought mine was in New York. So.
Gotcha. Well, all right, gents. That's cool. Anything else we want to discuss? Anything else on the table?
I see a question about
I think it's about time
outside
for
of Unreal,
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
outside of Unreal Engine, what are you most excited about regarding Mograph? For me, I think that's Brigade, which is
I
the
was gonna
real
say
time.
Brigade too.
Yeah, yeah. If it's not Unreal, it's Brigade because
Yeah.
Brigade allows us to do the real time stuff that you can do in Unreal, but not leave our render engine that we're
Yeah.
kind of comfy with.
Yep.
You know.
Gotcha. Okay.
See,
Tell me more about it.
so Brigade is it's done by Otoy. It will
Okay.
be in the Octane render engine, but basically just a different kernel that you've got in there. So you've got, direct lighting, path tracing, PMC, and this one will be, just a new kernel that you can add in, which is Brigade, and it's supposed to be real time and look as good as Octane, and I hope that's the case. So they've been in development with it for a very long time. So supposedly it's supposed to drop this year.
Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I hear rumors about stuff like that that's supposed to stack as good as the ray traced engines. Like I think Meta made a huge investment in Blender because they were trying to get like a real-time version of the Cycles engine, which is like, or maybe just like a really buff version of the Eevee engine. I don't know, but I hear every once in a while I hear a little something like that, and I'm like, huh, okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
The future's exciting.
The fact that it's a drop down kernel type thing, it's like you can drop to that kernel, do your stuff, make sure that it looks good, render out some sort of quick pass for your client, and then when you really want to switch over and get, like we were talking about earlier, that hyper realism with maybe 30 seconds a frame instead of 1 frame a second, you can flip over to it, render it out.
Yeah, and that'll be great because there's a lot of clients that we have that they don't need 10-minute per frame renders, full path tracing and stuff. Brigade will be enough for them. The same Unreal would be good enough for them. It's just you gotta do that whole
learn
workaround.
Something new.
But Mega Mocap VR in the chat asked if there will be an Unreal Brigade plugin, and I'm assuming there will be. I think this has been the whole point that Jules and team have been working forward to, is getting, because Octane is already in Unreal. They would just need to change the Brigade kernel instead.
Brigade has been around. They've been developing this for years. As the original idea is that it would be a real-time version of Octane for game engines, and now they're bringing that into the regular engine too, so you could use it as well, just in regular rendering.
Also, the multi kernel, being able to use both Arnold and Redshift and Octane and pick and choose what you want from each of them inside of Octane. That's going to be, I'm looking forward to that because I love the way Arnold shaders look, but if I can get the speed of Octane with Arnold shaders and then the volumetrics of Redshift, oh dude, my life is like golden. And then the speed of Brigade.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I think we're about ready to move on to our real-time interactive trivia.
Woohoo!
Cool.
All right. We'll just give, keep in mind, this is a good moment to point out, as I'm giving my last call for questions, when you are on Twitch, we live are seeing everything that you, the audience, is typing in real time, but you're not seeing everything from us until like a good 15 seconds after we've said it. So there's a little bit of a delay in the loop here. So keep this in mind. When we play the game that's coming up next, watch the chat because you'll receive instructions from me in the chat on how to play the game, and we will advance from that. Specifically, what's in the chat, not what you're seeing live. So I'm not seeing any other questions, guys. So I think it's about time we will move over to. Oh boy, I'm so excited! I'm so excited. Let me find the button on my stream deck. It's one of the peculiar joys in life is making people play the weird stream game that you that you have prepared.
I mean, I love the fact that you have done so much with this. This is so cool to me. I'm jealous of how much you've put into this.
It's a good time. It's a good time. And as always, I'm happy to show you. Oh gosh, there was one other funny story I wanted to tell you. There's like something you guys made like. There was this. So you were mentioning dead mousing your tutorials. Do you? I don't know if this is like tacky to say on stream. Do you know who Scott Squires is?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
He is the visual effects director who did Close Encounters of a Third Kind.
Oh, okay.
And I was in an Unreal Engine training cohort with him. And like when I first started uploading tutorials, I would get comments from him on them. And it was every single time just like messed me up. I was like, dang it. Like Scott Squires is like reminding me that I forgot to put a link in the description. Like
that's funny.
Was
he like more lens flares, more lens flares?
It was never artistic stuff. It was always just like basic YouTube crap that I forgot. Like it was like I was getting in the rhythm of like posting stuff for the first time, and now at this point like I posted a ton of stuff and like just thanks Scott. I mean like it was really good stuff, but it's like, you know, it's just something. It was oh gosh, I don't know why I wanted to tell you guys that. We'll get back to the game. Oh my goodness.
I feel like Close Encounters is like the OG J.J. Abrams lens flare.
Yeah, but you know,
overdoing.
Also, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace,
reference for sure,
and The Mask. Come on.
Yeah.
The Mask.
Yeah. Dragonheart. You remember Dragonheart?
Oh,
right?
I thought you were talking about lens flares. I'm like, what lens flares?
No, he's known for these things.
Oh, I got you.
Oh yeah. No, I said that earlier to you, Dave.
Love
you had
to
like
sing
a little
when
bit.
We're happy.
You had a little bit of lens flare going on. And I was like, Dave is looking very J.J. Abrams today.
Jabrams.
Jabrams.
Looking a little bit Jabrams. All right, guys. Here we go. Here is Trivia Flip.
Oh, man.
So, tonight, we have two guests on Trivia Flip, as well as our faithful audience chat. And we have a 1v3? I don't know how to language that. We have three contestants tonight, Matt, Dave, and the audience. So Matt and Dave, being our guests, will have priority to play the game. For legal reasons, this is not the American game show Jeopardy! But for informal reasons, that's a helpful reference point. We will start at the top of the board, work our way down. Whoever has answered correctly last will get to pick the next category. You can pick any category at the lowest score left on the board or the lowest amount of points left. If the chat gets it, if you get it, chat, just keep in mind that you guys can pick the category. You're just going to need to like put it in really fast afterwards because we need to keep this thing moving. That could be a hard thing if we have to you know, to tell you that if we need to prompt you to pick it, it's not going to work as well. So Matt and Dave, this is our first time also, I should say, the first time also that we have had three contestants. Typically it is just the guest versus the chat, but now we have the both of you here, which is very exciting, but also the backstory behind all of these games is they get programmed by me like 2 days before they debut, and then like they get little fixes afterwards, but there's some definite scuff in this game. So everybody keep that in mind. It is what it is.
Is there a daily double? I mean, a nightly
and do
double.
We need to answer in the form of a question?
You want to get sued?
For legal reasons, there is no daily double. For practical reasons, there is no daily double. it's all pretty regular across the board stuff here. So your categories tonight are Unreal, Mograph History, Texas, Retro Gaming, It's Soups, and Mograph Podcast.
It bugs me that It's Soups is slightly off center from the all the flip cards, buddy.
It bugs. There's a lot of things that.
Can you fix that live?
We're gonna have to talk about your current.
This is the first time anyone's called me on that particular aspect. Just wait till we hit the programming errors, then we're really gonna have a ball.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's the first time anyone's been like, the font. Anyways.
Dude, you should see us with the programmers of our website.
Oh,
we told them,
man.
I said, listen, we're going to get torn apart if this thing looks bad. You know, I was like, in our Discord right now, they're talking about how the new Tumblr logo is 3 pixels off of center. Like, this thing has to look good.
No. That's a stress. That's a stress. That I feel that's we got some stress on that. All right, guys. So does either of you want to go first? Is this going to be an argument? Do we want to peacefully arrange who will go first, or Do we need to
Dave, you
flip a
can go.
coin?
You choose something.
All right, I'll go. I'm
All right.
first. Can I
Okay,
just pick any of them, right? Am I
that
supposed
is
to pick
correct.
right now.
You can pick
Okay.
whatever you like.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do Mograph podcast for 200.
Mograph podcast for 200. All right, let's go. I will say this one should be the easiest for you guys. All right, Mograph podcast. The Mograph podcast is sponsored by.
Am I supposed to ding? Are we supposed to buzz?
Well, where did that come from?
That was me.
That was Dave.
Dave, if you want to use the ding, you're welcome to. I'm going to say whoever answers first. What we're going to do is it's between you two guys. Whoever answers first between you two guys. And if neither of you, like if both of you answer incorrectly, then we go to chat.
I mean, it's
Okay.
Otoy, right?
It's-
No, Render. It's Render.
Render.
Powered by Render.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh. That's actually not what I have down. Having researched this, I felt pretty confident about it.
It's also Otoy, but
Okay, I'll take Otoy.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It
how
is
to-
I mean, technically, yes.
Otoy.
Powered
Otoy
by
is-
Render.
I thought it would be really
But it is
funny
Otoy.
if you guys were a little bit on your toes about who sponsors your own podcast. I thought that would be like a really great.
You can give that point to Dave.
All right, we'll give it to
Yeah,
Dave.
you can.
All right, Dave's our current leader with 200 points. Dave, you get to pick the next category.
I mean, let's just go into 400, Alex. I mean,
Woody. Matt and Dave would hide what character in their renders? This is a fun little factoid.
Dick Butt.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Or
Go ahead.
Patrick. Or Patrick. Dang. It's one of the two. There you go.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Wow.
I don't know if I
we've
should
done
give it to
both.
you.
You went like classic Mograph episode.
Serious.
We did our
Seriously.
research. I'll give another points to Dave, but
I mean, we would hide all sorts of stuff in renders, honestly.
It was mostly Patrick, but there has been a Dick Butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good to know.
Let's see. I'll take 600. A Mograph podcast for 600.
All right, Mograph for 600. Matt, don't be afraid now. You can elbow him across
Get
the
your
table.
bell, dog.
Yeah. Sorry, I got my bell, my crappy bell.
The first guest in the Mograph, excuse the typos, the Mograph podcast was
that would be Sage from the
Was it
C40
now?
subreddit.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't
No.
know.
Tom Glimpse? Was it Tom Glimpse?
Okay,
jeez.
Matt, you've guessed now. Dave, do you have a guess?
Gosh. It might be Tom Glimpse. That's my guess. That's my guess.
No, and I'm afraid. Well, that's not what our research suggested.
Ariev?
I should
I
say,
don't know.
like, we could be wrong here. I would like to give a shout out to my moderator Wolfjacks, who helped with the research on this one for this game. And
I don't know what the Mograph podcast is.
it sounds for people who like Cartesian
Mograph.
planes describing levels of chocolate
Right.
present in their caffeinated drinks. What I have here, I mean, we can open it to chat.
No,
but I don't
you're
think-
probably you could be right. I mean,
I
if
don't
you did
think
your
that-
research.
What we have here was Sean McCoy.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
okay.
It was Sean McCoy.
I'm not
That's
giving that
right.
one to
Right.
anyone, and I'm not opening it to chat
Wow.
because, look,
Alright.
That
it's
is.
no one's gonna know that but you guys, and if you guys don't know it, it is what it is.
Yeah, he
I
was
saw-
our first guest.
I saw in the chat, I saw that Lo-Fi Bop said that they'd go with It's Soups for 200. So
Do
we're
it,
gonna
yeah.
we're gonna go over to It's Soups. All right.
All right.
Let's see. Too many buttons to press. Excuse me.
Good.
In
You need one of those
Louisiana,
really
you-
big, like the really big stream decks where each button is its own,
Matt, I have
Each of
four. I have 4 stream decks.
Oh,
So it's on Stream Deck.
never mind then.
It's a Stream Deck and
I
a
just
Stream
have too
Deck.
many commands. In Louisiana, you'd have to be dumb, bro, not to try the.
Gumbo.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Woo! I'm on the board. Mom,
Matt
look
is
at me
on
now.
the board. Matt,
Wow.
you get to choose the next question.
All right, I'm gonna go. Let's go retro gaming for 800.
You got to start at 200.
Dang.
Do I? Okay.
You do.
200.
That's how it works.
All right.
For Mario's original job may not have been plumber, as he is as he's seen on a different kind of job site in 1981.
Was he a carpenter? He
Points
did.
for Matt.
Yeah.
He was.
Survey says.
All right.
So, fun, interesting fact about that, because it's the original Donkey Kong, right? So
Yeah.
like you're on that building, that like building scaffold. Mario's supposed to build the building, and it's like his pet monkey got out and threatened the job. And I don't know how Peach or whoever the woman is figures into that, but
that was not Peach. Or wait, that
was it?
No, that was. Oh gosh, who is that?
Was the red-headed lady from Odyssey?
No. No.
Yeah,
I don't think...
his pet gorilla got out, so they called it Donkey Kong.
Right.
Gaming is fascinating. Matt, you're on the board.
Yeah.
You get to pick again.
All right. Let's do retro gaming for 400.
Retro gaming for 400. This movie adaptation is considered the worst video game of all time by critics.
E.T.
E.T. Dang.
Sorry.
He beat you to it, Dave.
Pauline. That was her.
Pauline, that's who it was. All right, Matt, you're the new leader.
All right.
You still get to pick.
All right, let's do retro gaming for 600.
Retro gaming for 600. Bowser was originally concepted as what creature? Or conceived, I should say. I'm not sure if there were concept drawings. It's in the Nintendo Vault, probably.
I don't know that one.
I'm gonna guess a gorilla.
That's not correct. So we are going to open it up to chat here. So chat, you're going to see in just a second, but you might actually hear me say this afterwards, is that it's going to be open to trivia. You're going to type in !TF space and then your answer. So here you go. It is open for 30 seconds. Give it a go. I'm not sure why it's being mean to you. Sometimes, like, I tested it, I couldn't find the same error. If we see, we got some in jokes in my chat too. If I see someone answer it incorrectly and like the game yells at you, I'm sorry. It's not actually me typing any of that stuff. It's like see, it's like yelling at everybody. I'm not sure why.
I know what the answer is now. I looked it up.
Turtle was not correct. You can't look it up. That's cheating.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to say what the answer is.
No cheating, please.
I just needed to know.
You can't do that. That's all right.
You can't tell me what to do.
It's my show.
You're not my real dad.
Wait till I do your podcast, and then you can tell me how to play your. Wait, does your podcast have games?
We don't have any
That's
games,
what I
no.
thought.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So nobody got it. Dave, how about you pick the next category?
All right, let's go Texas 200.
Wait, we got to find out.
Yeah. I was gonna say you don't get to tell everyone what the answer is.
Oh yeah.
You got to.
Oh.
It was an ox, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt is. I'm wary of Matt now, especially with his lead.
0 times.
Here, I'll keep my hands up.
I don't know about
you don't
this,
see
you
me
guys.
typing.
I don't know about you guys. This is sketchy. I'm not sure anymore.
Got Chat GPT right over here.
Right.
Well, then he might actually lose still, because language models are being what they are. But Dave, what's your next selection here?
Texas 200.
Texas for 200. All right. Let's go. The Texas is the home to this 23 flavored
Dr.
soft
Pepper.
drink.
Ah, that's good.
Points for Dave.
Nice.
All right, it's tied
I was
up
gonna say Baskin Robbins.
for a soft drink.
That's 31.
Flavors.
That's 31 flavors. Yeah.
Excellent.
Just a few extra.
Dave, you're still up. What's your next question?
Let's do Texas for 400.
Texas for 400. In 2022, the Texas State Fair unveiled this new deep fried confection.
Oh, 2022?
Yeah, recently. Quite recently.
I don't know. I mean, they have a new one every year, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nature of deep fried fair food, but come on here, give me something.
Not deep.
It wasn't beer. They did beer a different year.
Yeah. I don't remember what they deep fried.
I'm gonna need a
about
formal
last
guess,
year's.
gentlemen. Otherwise, we're gonna turn it over to my audience.
Deep fried Snickers.
Snickers is incorrect.
Okay. Sorry, what is deep fried Snickers?
Coca-Cola.
It's not Coca-Cola. All right, chat. Up to you.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I don't go every year.
Let's see.
I go like every 3 or 4 years. I can't handle it more than every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that place is too
Bacon, deep fried egg.
They've done so many.
Yeah, they have.
Tide Pods.
That's a good one.
You darn millennials.
Please. And your Tide Pods. No, the answer here is. Oh, oops! Hit the wrong tile.
What?
Oops. Deep fried honey. Deep fried
honey. I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
That. All right.
Since we're on the next question, I'm just going to read it. Texas was home to this superstorm. Oh my gosh, so topical. In 1900, claiming over 6,000 lives. I feel bad about this question now.
Yeah. Texas was home to this superstorm. Was it El Nino?
No, that's not a superstorm.
Matt,
Can you read it again?
Texas was home to this superstorm in 1900, claiming over 6,000 lives.
It's the hurricane that hit Galveston, whatever the name of it was. I don't remember the name of it. Dang it.
In 1900, though?
Yeah, I'll take it.
1900.
Great Galveston hurricane.
Oh,
they didn't have names for hurricanes back then.
Yeah, so that's why.
My wife would have known that. She loves her Texas history.
Yeah, that's why they had to build up Galveston like a couple feet.
Yeah.
After that. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. All right, cool. Dave, you're bored still.
Let's do Texas 800.
Bah. Come on.
All right, Texas for 800.
Gotta do them all anyway, you know.
The fastest road in the U.S. lies between Austin and San Antonio. What's the speed limit?
75.
That's
90.
incorrect. That's also incorrect.
85, I guess.
Shh. You can't say it. It's
You're out of
chat's
guesses.
term. You're out of guess.
It's chat's turn.
84.
Between San Antonio and Austin?
Yep.
It's a toll.
I don't think that's correct. I'm gonna challenge you on that one.
I believe
There's one.
I've driven on it.
There's one around Austin I've driven on that is pretty.
I don't know why
dang
my
fast.
code is yelling at some people and not other people about the chat being unavailable. Really? Oh, you guys. You guys. It's not 100. A couple of people said 100. A couple of people said 95. You had 90. That's. I'm afraid that's not it. The answer is.
It's a toll road.
85.
It's a toll road. That's
the
ridiculous.
The fastest road. The fastest road. The fastest road.
Because
in the
people
US
who can
lies between-
afford a toll road can drive fast, right?
They can afford to get the tickets too.
Right. Yeah.
It's sort of the nature of the beast.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Matt, how about you pick another category?
Let's do Mograph history. 200.
Mograph history for 200. All right. The birth year of Adobe After Effects.
Ooh.
97.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
93. Bam.
1993.
Now, was it called Adobe After Effects then?
Okay, look.
Wow.
I see what you're trying to do here, and it's not that kind of show, okay? Like,
right.
You're not gonna lose points for not saying what is here, okay? It's pretty chill show, okay? I try to keep it 100 with everybody. Look, he says it is what it is. All right.
I knew that because I just got an email from someone at Adobe talking about
funny.
NAB and how this is their 30th. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's great deduction. Like good job. It's your board. What do you want? What do you want next, Dave?
Let's do Mograph History 400.
All right, 400. The original developer of Maya, currently Autodesk.
Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this.
I was gonna say soft
Matt,
homage, but that's a different.
Matt, you can steal. It's the developer, not a program.
Right. I don't know.
Ah, God, I know this.
Dave, you gotta stab at it. Otherwise, we're throwing a chat. You can't hang too long, otherwise chat's gonna cheat and Google it.
Oh, God, I can see it in my head. No, I don't have anything.
All right, it is open chat.
I had the disc with Bingo the Clowno on it.
Satan is the first guest that we've had.
Y'all who know Bingo the Clowno, you're OG. Go watch Bingo the Clowno.
Oh, I knew this.
Matt, are you post-game cheating again?
I am, yeah. Well, because I don't like to wait. You know, I need that instant gratification.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So the correct answer here was...
Dave, you're going to get upset knowing you knew this answer.
I told you I knew it. I just...
Alias.
Wait,
Alias Wavefront. Yep.
Wavefront. Okay.
Alias Wavefront.
Yep. Wavefront
Everybody
Technologies, though.
You know, you guys, I don't know if that's the way we're structuring the game, but usually chat kind of gives the guests a run for their money. Chat, you got to pick up the pace over here. All right. Dave, what do you want next? Just picking people at
Mograph
random.
History 600.
Mograph?
You're avoiding that Unreal one as much as possible.
Yeah, right?
The first name of Cinema 4D. Sensing a pattern here.
Electric Image.
A what?
Electric Image?
Not correct. No. So to be fair, this is like a proto Cinema 4D. Wouldn't be like quite the same thing. It would be like we're talking about the stack. We're not talking about
the three brothers. The three brothers started it. I should be better about this. I don't know. I'm gonna say
Vectorworks.
No, Vectorworks is a whole different one.
I thought it was Electric Image.
All right, so I'm getting.
Send it over to the chat.
Yeah, let's go to the chat. I'm really sorry that everyone who guesses gets a notification from me that says that the game is currently unavailable. I'm not sure why.
Cinema 3D, yeah.
Cinema 3D.
Right. It's before they added a timeline. You could model, but you couldn't do animation. There's no time.
Oh, wow.
Nobody?
No.
Trivia's closed.
It was originally released for the Amiga in 1991. Crazy. I hope I'm not giving away any answers in future questions.
I don't think so.
Wow.
Answer is Fast Ray.
Fast Ray.
Yep.
Crazy. I didn't know that. I'm gonna get Fast Ray tattooed across my chest.
All right, I'll take a suggestion from anybody. I'm not picky at this point.
Let's try Unreal.
Unreal for 200. All right.
Yeah, we got to.
How many tabs are in the Epic Games launcher panel for Unreal Engine? Really, that was my 200? Okay.
Tabs?
How many tabs?
3.
3 is incorrect.
4.
4 is incorrect. Chat, that's all you.
I'm off to a bad start on that.
Mega Mocap had it with 5. I'm not sure why that didn't trigger, but try like unlocking my commands here. Like unlock all of them and see if that like helps. Maybe the act of unlocking. It worked during my test today. I did a brief test. But Mega Mocap is correct. And
5? Is it 5?
This was yes, it was 5 tabs.
What are the tabs?
Hold on, let me open them. They're right there. The tabs are news, samples, marketplace, library, and Twinmotion.
Oh. Weird.
This one goes to chat. There we go. Chat's on the board now. All right. Okay. Let me see if Mega has a request for us. Mega, do you have a specific thing you want us to do next? Just do all the numbers? Nice. Okay, starting trouble, I see. Chat. Unless anyone has... Okay, I need... Chat. If you get it and you hear me say that you get it, let us know what panel you want to do. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving on to the next one. I'm just going to give you guys Unreal for 400. This is the up axis in Unreal. Dave or Matt?
Why?
Incorrect.
Z.
Oh, yeah. So stupid. So stupid.
That's one for Dave.
Or
yeah,
FBX.
you know what? Yeah. Let's see.
All right, Dave, the board is yours.
All right. Let's do Mograph History 800.
Mograph history. The term for this 20th century projection device is used to describe a very specific task in VFX in the modern era.
What is rotoscoping?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Go
That's
team.
Matt. Matt, do you have a next one?
What's gonna give me the most points? Let's
You
go
could
Texas
go-
for 1,000.
Texas for 1,000. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Texas for 1,000. This city in Texas contains 90% of the world's helium reserve.
Houston?
Not Houston.
Helium reserve. I'm gonna go with Odessa.
Odessa is incorrect.
It's a tough one.
Everyone's having a tough time tonight. I think I'm the winner.
Watch it be Dallas, and it's like, we should have known that.
Right. I don't think I've ever heard about helium here in Dallas, but
Triggered by
Well-
Atem is meta.
I
Answer
mean,
was Amarillo.
Amarillo. By Morgan.
I mean, Amarillo?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
I was joking.
Yeah.
How
I
are
was
you supposed
joking.
to
You
say
weren't. It's Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Oh,
You
gosh.
would think it would be Amarillo.
Amarillo
Yeah,
is
sorry.
Yellow in Spanish.
Yeah, that's what got me. That's
Yeah.
what got me.
But
Atem,
pronounce
you
it
got it right, so you
Amarillo.
can suggest the next one.
Amarillo.
So,
Did you know that song? Amarillo by morning.
I just said that. Yeah.
Oh,
George Strait. I was on tour with him.
yeah, you were.
Heard it a lot of times. I saw him sing it in Amarillo.
Oh,
Retro
I bet
gaming.
the crowd went crazy.
Uh-huh.
all right,
That's
we're
right.
Atem is meta. Congratulations. We are doing next. We are going for retro gaming. So retro gaming for 800.
Oh, I got this.
Nolan Bushnell, the co-founder of Atari, went on to found this famous brick and mortar entertainment mainstay.
Oh.
GameStop?
Nope.
It wasn't GameStop because GameStop was originally in like a Borders. Found this
Dave?
famous brick and mortar
Man.
started in Atari.
I
should have thought about it more.
Dave, got something, or I got to throw to chat.
Electronics Boutique.
That's not it. All right, chat. It is back to you.
Bushnell. That was it.
That was
it.
No.
I knew that. I knew that. I
It's-
freaking
it's-
knew that.
It's Chuck E. Cheese. The only reason it has an
Chuck E.
auto triggered.
Cheese. Dave, I'm pretty sure you knew that.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that. I know that Steve Jobs, I
remember-
think, worked at Atari.
I remember
But-
watching like a YouTube thing about Chuck E. Cheese, and was amazed that the guy had come from Atari. Now, was it Chuck E. Cheese or was it Showbiz Pizza?
Oh, I don't know. Either
Well,
way,
Showbiz Pizza was something different, and they
Dave.
merged.
Chat just tied you.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well,
Chatters.
Keep going.
Chatters,
gotta
we have a
figure-
suggestion.
Can still make it.
Otherwise, I think we're going on to retro gaming for 1,000, and so we have the.
Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah.
It's Chuck E. Cheese, but I'll still
Yep.
take it. It doesn't trigger unless you type it directly. Which is notes for a future.
Well, then technically they got it wrong. So
Matt, I make the rules here. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I make the rules here. So the otherwise I got to retract some points from both of you. Dave is just like that hurricane from Galveston. I gave him that. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. So what are we at next? So I guess we're just gonna go for 1,000 because nobody in chat told me what they wanted. So this was the first console played in space.
The Switch.
Incorrect.
In space. I'm gonna say Game Boy.
That was a good guess, Dave.
That was right on, Dave.
I was just thinking, what's the first portable device?
I mean, that was my thought. What would be portable enough to go up there?
All right, Dave, you're the leader, and the board is yours.
Okay. I'm gonna go Mograph Podcast 800.
Mograph Podcast for 800. What software did Kelsey Steele use to rig her characters on Rick and Morty?
Mixamo.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Dang it.
Mixamo. Correct. Dave's taking it away.
Killing it, man.
Mograph Podcast 1000.
All right. During episode 259, Beeple discussed making art for a death metal band with what animated character?
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Is it Buzz Lightyear?
Nope.
No?
Oh, who was it? A death metal band?
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember which character it was.
Mm-hmm. Matt, you got a guess? We're going to have to turn it over real soon.
Krusty the Clown.
Nope. It wasn't that. Chatters?
That's right. Okay.
The Noid.
It was like...
Wasn't the Noid.
I know who it was.
Woody, I just gotta say, I appreciate the fact that you went back to some of these episodes to find, questions and stuff.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
I wish I could answer.
Once I heard you say it, Dave, I was like, okay, yeah, I remember.
I almost blurted it out, but you know.
Oh,
Shrek,
man.
Right? Shrek.
Yeah.
Let me see. Shrek.
Yeah.
It was indeed Shrek.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do Mograph history.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Nobody got it right. I'm cool with Mograph history. That's good. All right. Mograph history for 1,000.
It's always Shrek.
The rotoscope was created by this famous animator.
Walt Disney.
No.
I'm just guessing.
It's not Tex Avery.
No,
I don't know.
It's not Tex Avery.
I would have guessed that too.
It's open to chat. Go after him, chat. You still got you still got a chance.
Did Frosty hit it?
Yep, Fruitsy got it. That's correct.
Shrek
again. It wasn't Shrek this time.
That's the guy who did Betty Boop, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay. You know what I was gonna say? I knew it had something to do with Betty Boop. I just didn't know. I didn't know who created Betty Boop.
The answer was Fleischer.
I'm a terrible animator.
That is correct. It is.
Chat's coming in to beat you, Dave.
Max Fleischer.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Nice one there, chat. All right, Matt, you gotta pick it up. Let me see. All right, do we have a suggestion? It was for a clown character. Interesting. All right. That's the last one we had for that.
They were asking for
Matt,
soups.
you want soups? Okay, we'll do soups. Soups works for me.
Soup.
All right, it's soup for 400. Don't let the red meat sit. Also, I use a plugin to import these from an Excel sheet, and it sometimes puts too many apostrophes on things or quotation marks.
Don't let the red meat sit. What?
Sit. Imagine that in italics. Don't let the red meat sit.
What is beef stew? Is it beef stew?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that. I didn't just guess.
For something to sit, for something to stew.
Oh.
Yeah. Matt, the board's yours.
Beef stew is more of a stew.
I got a stew warming up right now downstairs.
Oh my goodness. This game has been a total toss-up.
Waiting for me.
Oh, that sounds good. It's anybody's game still, I feel like.
Let's do its soups for 600.
Soups for 600.
It's gonna ruin me.
Pollo y carnes envueltas porque lo no dos?
Chicken soup.
It's not chicken soup.
I don't know. What is it? Are you asking the question?
Chicken and beef.
Is the Spanish the question?
I absolutely refuse to elaborate.
No, I can't see it. What
Yeah.
did it say?
Chicken and beef enchiladas.
What?
Or something. Chicken
What does it
and
say?
beef.
I can't see.
Pollo y carnes envueltas porque no los dos.
Chicken and beef envelops.
Envelops.
Do you know? Do you want to? I don't know. I don't.
All right, I'm throwing it to chat. I'm throwing it to chat.
No, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I don't know. I give up. Send it to chat.
Chatters. It's not tortilla. It's not tortilla.
It's not tortilla?
No.
What's Los Dos? Los Dos.
Porque los dos?
Envelops.
Envelops.
Okay.
What?
Why?
Why no?
I think Google
What?
Translate may have let me down here a little bit.
Why no los dos?
Okay. It's okay. So I think my bad Spanish is on display here. The fact that I did it for 2 years in high school and retained nothing is maybe on display a little bit. So pollo y carnes envueltas porque los dos, that's chicken and I guess enveloped meat, which is what tacos are. Why not both? Chicken taco soup.
Oh.
I don't know if a Spanish speaker would be mad about this.
They probably would.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's for nobody though.
Maybe.
Our two options left.
You wouldn't say you said dos, which means two.
Why not both? Is porque los dos.
Why not both? Is
Porque los dos.
Chicken and taco.
Los dos. Why not both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not the two?
I get that part. I didn't understand the chicken.
It's sort of a meme. The porque los dos is sort of a meme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The
Let's do soups for 800.
Soups for 800.
Yeah.
The rich center of the tiny trees.
What is the rich center of the tiny trees? Tiny trees. What is bonsai soup?
No.
The tiny trees. Kale soup.
It's not kale soup. All right.
No, I know what it is. Can I get? Oh, he got it.
Yep.
No,
that's
he
lo-fi
didn't.
bop.
No, he didn't.
That's
Is
lo-fi. Lo-fi, you got to format correctly.
Is it correct?
Lo-fi is correct, but just typed the
rich. Okay.
The word in wrong. Lo-fi is correct though. I should have triggered it. I think I spelled broccoli wrong. Apologies about that, Lo-fi. Let us know what.
That's gonna tie me
See,
now.
I was gonna say broccoli cheese, not cream of broccoli.
So that's one for chat.
Right.
Ooh, Dave.
Chat's gonna win.
Chat's got you. Yeah. Oops. Oh, I just accidentally assigned points to Matt. Oops.
Oh darn!
Dang it.
No.
Matt has 2,000. I pressed the wrong button. So it is tied between Dave and chat. We've got Unreal left, and we have It's Soups. Let's see. Did Lo-Fi specify? How about we move over to... Lo-Fi wants to finish soups. Okay, that's cool. Yep, it will do that. It takes guts to consume this soup.
What is catgut soup?
Incorrect. Dave?
Maybe that's just the thing that we...
Haggis.
It's not haggis. All right, chatters. Go wild.
Oh. Is this more of your Spanish?
Menudo.
Man.
Correct.
Oh, man.
See, I would like to say that I was also correct because that is what my mother calls it, was catgut soup.
Oh, okay. We need your mom here to verify that, Matt.
Let me call my mom. She'll tell you.
Yeah, this is the first time we've had a guest on the show call in from...
My mom thinks I'm cool.
Oh, congratulations to Fruitsy Collins for getting that correct. All right. That is awesome. Okay, we're out of soup questions. So at this point, we're just doing the Unreal stuff. It's all Unreal at this point. So we'll go Unreal for 600. What role does Unreal's creator play in Epic Games currently?
That will allow you to build assets.
No, sorry. This is a person. The creator of Unreal Engine. What is his current role at the company?
CEO.
Man, I should have said that. I thought about saying that.
That's Matt.
All right, here we go. I'm coming back.
Just remember that Matt has 800 points less than you think he has.
Yeah.
All right.
So, can I even win?
I don't
technically, right?
Can you?
Oh, man.
So you get another 800 to get you to... I don't think so, no. I don't think you can. Dave can.
I get that second place, though.
Dave can win.
I get both
But
of these.
currently, Chad is beating both of you.
That's funny.
All right, here's the next one.
Shrek.
I know so much about soups.
Unreal's material graphs convert this into to this shader's programming language. Shader programming language.
C++.
That's incorrect, Dave.
Blueprints?
That's incorrect, Matt.
All right.
That is going to the chat.
Oh.
I know this, dude. I'm stupid.
Dave, you can still tie it up if nobody gets this correct. C#. No. Look at me, everybody. It's a shader programming language.
Yeah, it's shader. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I need to read the question.
It's okay. You also got to be fast. It's part of the game.
Yeah. JavaScript.
It's not Python.
It's not Python.
People are just naming programming languages.
It's what? PBR? Is that it?
No. PBR is not a programming language. No. We're the
All right, well, now I feel better about it.
The correct answer is
not OSL.
Not OSL. HLSL.
No.
I would have not gotten that.
No.
HLSL code. That is what the shaders are written in. You know, people in games used to just write the shader code themselves.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, here's where I win.
All right. Big money.
No,
big money.
I think Dave's got to get it.
This system is used for customizing and running animations from the code during runtime. From Blueprint code, I think you can also do it from C++.
Animations system. Hold on.
Blueprint.
No.
Nope, it's not Blueprint, Dave. Sorry.
Thought I'd try.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
You would ask me more Mograph history questions. I could have won the thing.
But
from
you ran out of them
during runtime.
Matt, you can't.
I'm thinking about it.
You're cheating.
I don't know what you're talking
hear
about.
You typing.
What?
I can hear you typing. It's the first time we've had someone try to openly cheat
You're
on the
reading
show.
what
This is
you're
ridiculous.
You know you're reading what you're writing and what you're typing
What the heck?
out loud.
I don't know.
ChatGPT is not going to know either, Matt. All right.
Hmm.
Last one goes out to chat.
Can I get a lifeline?
Can you get a lifeline? Who are you going to ask?
He's gonna call Winbush.
I'm gonna call Chupapi Buñeño.
I had a guest, a VTuber whose avatar is a banana, and his name is the Bananial.
The Bananial.
That's literally been a guest on this show. The Bananial.
Chupapi Buñeño.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to open it for chat. Chat, that's all you.
Ooh.
Shrek. Sequencer. No, I can understand, probably I worded it confusingly enough that a lot of things would be right, but it's specifically for customizing an animation and also running it at game time through the code. So it's worth noting. It's not Shrek. It's not Shrek.
Dave, have you checked your backyard? My backyard's a total disaster.
Oh my goodness. No.
It's
Okay.
actually-
Everybody. Closing our game out. The correct animation was
Shrek.
animation montages. That's the system. Animation montages.
I'm gonna go with chat here. I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure it's Shrek.
Yeah, it was probably.
It's Shrek 2.
Shrek.
Are
2.
you saying
Electric
Shrek
Boogaloo?
2?
Yeah.
Or I thought Dave was just saying Shrek also.
Is it Shrek 3? Is it
Shrek
Puss in
3.
Boots? It's Puss in Boots. Isn't it?
Oh my gosh, you guys! Thank you,
Shrekening.
thank you for coming
Shrekening.
on. What a show! What a show!
Woody, we'll have to have you on the show, on our show. You
Oh
know,
my
Oh,
goodness.
with
that's
your
right.
avatar. That'll
Shrek the
be fun.
third trick question. Shrek the third.
Right.
Shrek the Third.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was Shrek the Third. I forgot about that one.
Shrek cubed.
There was too many Shreks. too many Shreks. Wolfjacks, thank you for the link in the chat for Matt and Dave. Mograph.com is the place to check out everything they are doing. It's where you can find tutorials, you can find episodes of their podcast, you can, and you're about to find a whole lot more stuff, as Matt talked a little bit about in this episode, which is very exciting, even if Dave doesn't want him to talk about it.
Little tour coming up.
We've got a
soon.
tour
Max
coming up
on.
as well. We're doing a 17-city world tour.
Excellent.
I think 5 dates in Europe, 3 in Canada, and then the rest in the United States.
Yeah.
So
Mograph TV.
Mograph TV. We're also
Always
we've
on.
got a
Throw away the dial.
Yeah.
Rip the knob
off.
Rip the knob off. That's what it was.
24/7 animation channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of good stuff there. And then find a local meetup group. Do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sounds
Go get
good.
beers with some of your local Mographers or
Beautiful.
programmers or whatever.
Beautiful. We love it. Well, thanks for coming on, you guys. It's been really great to talk to you about all this stuff, to learn what you're learning, and then also to face off against you in our interactive insanity over